Ladies and gentlemen, members of the jury, Your Honor, I'm here to confess. I'm a thief. I don't even know how to correctly pronounce this word, so I wrote it down. I'm really a thief. And I will try to convince you that this is the true story of my life. I'm sorry about that. I've been working in artificial intelligence for many, many years. Since I was 15, I was really interested in this topic. And now I am in the correct place. I'm changing the world. I'm making a bright future for everybody. I'm helping to produce some product that can help people to avoid being involved in repetitive and hard work. So I'm in the correct place. I'm in the bright side of the moon, not in the dark side of the moon. Artificial intelligence is everywhere. You don't have artificial intelligence, you should have now. You should produce something with artificial intelligence, otherwise you are out of business. So I'm in the right place. Okay. But there is a dark side. And we all know which is this dark side. Over 1 billion people will have no work because we are working to replace their job. And this is not me saying that. It's not a single researcher saying that. There are studies of the McKinsey study, of the McKinsey Global Institute, that are saying things like that. 1 billion people will be touched by this revolution, and $15.8 trillion of wages will be taken by machines instead of humans. And also President Obama with his office was saying that we will face some disruption of the local markets, of the local labor markets. So it's not me saying that. Okay, I came across this very interesting site. It's written, "Will robots take my job?" Okay, let's imagine I'm a salesperson. I write it down. Sorry for being slow in writing down. It's English, it's not my native talk. The system is thinking about that. Let's see what happens. Slow. Retail salesperson. Okay, 92%. Oh my God. It's really, you are doomed. Oh, I need to change work. Let's try another job. Let's imagine that I can be an actor. Actors, 37%. Oh, you need to start worrying about that. So what shall we do? I don't even try to type down professor because I'm scared. I'm scared about that. I think many of us have kids, and they can ask you, "What shall I do, Dad, in my future? What do you suggest?" Okay, don't worry. Be creative. Yes. Sounds nice, being creative. Oh, let's start to be a YouTuber. That's nice. You go, you make videos, and are you paid for that? Not directly. There is someone that is putting their ads, and with these ads that are selling something that is paid, you will be paid for what you're doing. So it's not always the case that you are paid for this kind of creative jobs. Creativity may be not the solution. And maybe not the solution because also AI is becoming creative. There is a computer-created artwork that is now being sold in one of the Christie's auction. And hard to believe that someone will pay for that, but let's see what happens. So maybe also creativity is not a solution. We need to find something different. Stand out of the crowd. Wow, thanks, Dad. You're really clever to say me that. Okay, if we stand out of the crowd, the next question would be, you are safe, but what about the crowd? How they will have money to survive on? So I'm sorry about that, but I have a confession. We, as AI researchers, are poisoning the job market, and we need to find an antidote. Like, we are kind of lucky, because the antidote is within the AI system. The antidote is this. AI is using somehow, many of the AI systems are using somehow the knowledge that they don't pay. They don't pay enough. They pay only very, very little. We have systems to pay this kind of knowledge. I don't know if you know Amazon Mechanical Turk, where you pay very, very little for interaction you're doing with the system, and this knowledge is paid for being used in other systems. So I dare to say that AI is doing the largest knowledge theft of our era. And we are not doing anything for that. We should start doing something for that. And let's see what's happening. Let's take a simple job. That is, for example, answering a phone for customer relationship management system. We have tons of people involved in this job, and this is a way of giving back money to some people with some simple job. Maybe we don't want to treat people as robots, but it's a way of giving them back money. Let's see how it works now. Now it's working that people are interacting, final customers are interacting with this customer relationship service, and they are producing questions and interactions. Those interactions are these symbols, these very strange symbols for machines. It's not important what they are. And there is a fancy machine learning algorithm that now is deep learning, but it can be something else, that takes these interactions and produce knowledge. And this knowledge is finally used to train a machine that will do the same job in the near future. So the point can be, if these workers are doing well their jobs, the machines will work better than if they are doing not in a correct way their job. So if they are working well, the machine is more likely to replace them in their own job. And that's not very fancy for people who are doing this kind of job. Afterwards, those jobs are lost, the job are lost, the machine will take those jobs by using the knowledge that in my opinion is stolen. And the final customer will interact only with these machines. And we will have all these people that will not have any jobs to live on. And the money that it comes from will go to a big AI company, the one we have seen today, we have discussed this morning in this same room. And from this big AI company, the money will not go back to citizens in a simple way. So the possible solution I'm trying to implement is this concept that any machines has human knowledge in the loop. So I call it human in the loop artificial intelligence. The key principle of this human in the loop artificial intelligence is to give back money to people who has produced that kind of knowledge. Every interaction that produces revenues has to be an interaction that produces revenues also for the producers of the knowledge of that interaction. So there is a clear way of giving value to the knowledge. If the knowledge is producing some revenues, these revenues should go back in a part to the knowledge producer. And that's the point. In this system, the idea is then to take that knowledge that is not more stolen but repaid, and a part will go to the big AI companies. But a lot of the money that comes from that knowledge should go back to the originator of the knowledge. Okay. That seems to be a dream. Because we have two big challenges. Let's say one political challenge and one technological challenge. The political challenge is very simple. How to convince big companies to share their money? That's impossible. It seems to be somehow a very improbable thing. Something that will never happen. And then we have the infrastructural challenge. In the infrastructural challenge, I'm more optimistic because we can try to trace back how knowledge is used and how who is using knowledge, how machines are using that knowledge. But let's go into the challenge. The first challenge, the political challenge, let's say, should be based on a very simple aspect. It should be based on the aspect that only in a society where there is richness going around, also the rich will stay rich. And it's not me that says that. The person who is written there, JFK in 61, says that. So in that kind of society, only if there is a flow of revenues in all the society, also the rich can stay well. And since even with that, it's hard to convince let's say, the big companies to give back money, we need to find out some way to protect this personal data and how they flow. And first of all, I think we should act on extending the copyright idea also to the fact that there are some unaware knowledge production that should be protected, and not only aware knowledge production. And that's a point that can be put on a European agenda or something like that. And then there is also another mechanism that we can implement. That is something that we can call the ownership-aware file system. This morning, the Microsoft person was discussing about the fact that they can change how the operating systems are working. So if they can change how the operating systems are all working, we can also implement something like this ownership-aware file system. Okay, from the technological level instead, we need something that Erling was discussing before, that is building explainable machine learning systems in which we exactly know why a decision is taken and where it comes from, where is the origin, where it comes from. And on the other hand, we need to build trusted technologies in where you know exactly where the knowledge was coming from and how it is being used. So the motto is, as mother marry man, let's work for a Robin Hood AI that gives back what it steals. That's the motto of the thing. As any revolution, we come from little steps, and Robin Hood Artificial Intelligence asks you to like the Spark story that is on the site, to send tweets around, to Facebook share the story, and to share on LinkedIn the story. And hit ai.org. Thanks.